That's why
there.
my question is a blanket question. How they dress in general, whether it's church, work, wherever. Should they be more modest, or should they be able to wear whatever they
Hold
want
on.
to wear?
Let's
Wear whatever you want.
That's a loaded question. Right?
Let's build on that question. As men, we're all men up here.
Yes,
What do you see women wearing? Or what to you
it's modest.
is modest or is too far? What have you seen that you would say, okay, this is it a tight dress? Is it a mini skirt? Is it a cut off short? Like what to you is inappropriate?
Double edge.
All right, welcome to another episode of the Double Edge Show. I have my brothers here with me, Brandon,
Yo,
Andrew.
What's up?
All right, and we have my man Stefan over here.
Howdy.
All right, I'm your host for the day, Andrew. Our other host, Kurt, is not here today, but we're sitting in and we're filling in for him today. Hopefully everything goes well. Here in the Double Edge, we talk about all different kind of topics that are relevant to the Christian faith, but also relevant to life. Some topics may be a little bit controversial, but we feel this should be a safe space where we can talk about anything without judgment, without criticism. We just want to share, and that's why we want those who are watching to, leave your comments and thoughts about what we talk about. But I think recently, through social media or we've been hearing some stories, right? Like some.
Yeah, so especially with kind of what we want to gear today's episode. I'm sure a lot of our viewers have saw this video that got posted. I'm not sure if you guys got a chance to see it, but there was a big controversy and a debate about Keke Palmer and her boyfriend, or I believe her ex. I'm not sure if they're still together or not. But there's a video that surfaced for her birthday party. I believe she was at some club. And the outfit that she was wearing was very tight-fitting and revealing, almost see-through-ish.
Right.
And
right.
Usher was at her birthday party, and he sang to her.
Right.
He performed a little song and dance for her. But how he did it was kind of like
Usher fashion.
Yeah.
Was it just to her or for her, or was it the general performance?
No, it was to her.
Okay.
It was directed to her. He came up to her, grabbed her hand, she danced. He was dancing with her. The issue was Palmer, her boyfriend, had a big issue with it. And he went online and posted how she's they're together, she's a mother now, and the way she was carrying on is is unbecoming of a woman, whatnot. And of course, people backlash online at him, saying that he's insecure, she should be able to do what she wants. He's saying that he's controlling and all this other stuff. So I kind of want to bring that to y'all attention as well as our audience. See, how do y'all feel about that? With us being, men of faith, as also married and have significant others, whether it is your wife or girlfriend or whoever, how would you feel about another male or another person performing, whether it's they're singing a song or just being provocative to your wife or significant other, especially when they're wearing something that's provocative or be considered as provocative or revealing?
What was she wearing though?
Well, yeah, I was gonna mention that. So it wasn't just that Usher sang for her and was provocative in the way that he did it and performed, but it was what she was wearing is what the boyfriend also commented on in his post.
Correct.
Which, she was wearing something very revealing. It was pretty much the back just revealed her lower half of her body. That's from what I remember.
You could see her entire bottom because it was see-through.
See-through black dress.
Oh, okay.
So it was long pants, but it was see-through, sparkly type.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a dress or
I thought it was dress, but I don't know. I just know the bottom half.
I wasn't paying that
it
close
was
attention to the video.
very a black,
Right.
black
You
netted-
barely saw what she was wearing. Right. I got you.
It was like a black net or see-through something. So
Okay.
you're pretty much able to see her bottom.
Wow.
half,
Okay.
Everything, as if there was nothing there.
But she's a mom too, right? They have a kid.
Correct, she just
They
recently had a kid. Yes.
Oh, okay. So she wasn't dressed modestly in any.
Correct.
Gotcha.
You can
So
say that.
part of the issue with that, because I'm gonna answer your question, but something that I also saw from other people posting on social media is like when they first got together, that's how she was already dressing, and he didn't have an issue with it at the time.
Because that's probably what attracted him to her.
Right.
Probably.
But now she's still being herself and wearing this. Like, if that was an issue, I believe it should have been addressed at the beginning of the relationship, not after now you have a kid and now she's at a birthday party and dancing.
It
with
seems
some
like
other
he
guy.
wants her to change.
Right.
Now that they're together.
And that would be her argument.
Or maybe because she's a mother, he was expecting her to behave a little differently, more responsible, I guess.
Correct.
Was the child there?
No, it was at
No.
the club, Stefan. It was at the club, bro.
I don't believe
So
the
the
child
kid
was
wasn't like mothers are still women. They're still people. So it's
a valid point.
I understand maybe wanting or expecting your significant other to be reserved or maybe more reserved after she's had kids.
Right.
But at the end of the day, as long as she's not like that at home in front of the kid, why does it matter?
It's a good point. But I'm just figuring as you grow and you mature, you start a family, certain things you kind of try to modify, not necessarily change completely, but a certain level of maturity or
But
more
not-
responsibility,
But not not in the celebration. Like it was her birthday, right? So she went out to have a good time.
So she can do whatever she wants because it's her birthday.
No, definitely not whatever she
Well-
wants. But
So are you're responding as in like you're saying Keke Palmer can do whatever, or you're answering his question to would you be okay with your wife?
both, because I know better than to try to control my wife, because it would be an exercise in futility. But but I don't think anyone really needs to be controlling. If he had an issue with the way she dressed, then he should have spoke up before they left.
Right.
And
To try to say,
That's
it's
right.
a problem for you to be dressing this way when we're out here. So you didn't see me when I left the house?
So okay.
I agree.
Well, the dressing
that's
is
a
one
valid
thing.
argument.
True. But I mean, I didn't see the video, but how was she responding when Usher was dancing with her though? Was
she was with it.
she was with
She was
she was
with
with it. Okay.
It's Usher. I mean, it's Usher.
So
All his videos, all of his interactions, it's not a surprise. It's Usher being Usher.
so maybe that could be part of the problem.
So you're saying
How
Usher's
she
the
was-
problem, not her.
I'm not. I don't see a problem here. If I'm out on my birthday and anybody comes up and I'm just dancing, having a good time, that's all it is. I'm just
Well,
okay.
celebrating.
I just saw the comments and the posts. I didn't see the actual interaction with Usher. I just saw like a picture of him, or of her and Usher.
There was a point made that if she wasn't dressed the way she was, Usher probably would have sung her a happy birthday song, but he probably wouldn't have done it the way he did do it, because the way he was singing to her, he was turning her around, like looking at her body, like "damn, you fine" type of singing, rather than "hey, just keep Palmer happy birthday to you." So it was like
Okay.
how she was dressed
Right.
made it seem more sexual in
Right.
nature.
Right. When you combine the two,
Correct.
it kind of not okay. So maybe he was kind of like on edge a little bit. Maybe it was 50-50. So he was like
double edge.
like if you dress like that, you better be on your best behavior when you go out, type of deal. And maybe she was just doing too much. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but
I mean, that's how it come across. That's what the comments were saying from what I read. But back to answering your question, would I be okay with that? One, I would not be okay with my wife walking out the house wearing something like that, because it's revealing to everybody. Like, I don't want everybody seeing what belongs to me. That's mine. That's my wife. And if that's what she was wearing, or she's wearing something that I feel like I don't want other men seeing, yeah, I'm gonna say something. We're gonna have a conversation before we walk out the door. I'm not gonna wait, like Stefan brought up, wait till now we're at the party. Now the guys are looking at you. Now I'm gonna bring up and start an issue at your birthday. Like, no, that's the wrong time. You should have said.
I don't think he
something
was there.
before.
he wasn't there.
That he wasn't at the party.
I don't remember seeing him in the video there.
He probably wasn't in the video, but I think he was at the party. Like, it's her birthday party.
that puts
I
a
could be
whole
wrong.
new
I don't know.
that puts a whole new spin on it though.
That's
So
true.
now if he wasn't there, that makes it seem like you out here wilding out.
Yeah.
When
She's acting crazy. Yeah.
when you're not single and alone anymore.
Right.
So-
Right.
from that aspect, I can understand.
I think the behavior
another
is bad
view.
regardless if he's there or not. Like I think it's worse if he's there. Like you're doing this in front of his face.
I think another view that somebody did make a comment saying that they are both Hollywood stars and it was performance, just a performance to the audience,
But
even
you
though
get
they
paid
are
for a
both
performance. When you just out having fun and wilding, and
correct. So I mean, that was just another viewpoint. Like she was only going on with it because the audience that's something the audience want to see as she is a star for her fans or whatnot. But
that
she
may be
never
true.
did. She never did anything to cross the line.
Okay. But she didn't cross. You don't think that she did anything to cross the line, or that's what they were saying?
That's
in the
what people
comments?
were saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my personal opinion, watching the video, I don't think I necessarily saw her. I mean, she was kind of just going with the flow, really. But she didn't allow Usher to touch her any type of way. She didn't allow anything like that to happen. But she was just having a good time. You could tell she
Okay.
was just enjoying herself.
Okay.
Usher always said he was like, if he had a chance, he probably would.
Okay.
The way he was
okay.
looking at her, if he
Yeah.
had a chance, he would.
He was ready
It
to
was,
shoot his
that
shot.
was blatant.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
So, but the issue is with obviously she's in a committed relationship. She has a family. Would any man be comfortable
Right.
with another man idolizing your wife that way? You know,
I think even if it wasn't your wife, like
or
if they were just dating, even if they
significant
didn't
other.
have a kid, any man is still going to have some kind of feeling against other men watching their woman like that. Like to me is okay. You have a beautiful wife, you have a beautiful girl. Guys are going to look.
Correct.
That's not the problem. Like yes, I know you're going to look because she looks good. That's why I'm with her. But now if she's revealing herself and allowing everybody to see this, that's when it's a problem.
So I'm glad you said that because I actually have a different perspective, and I spoke to my wife about this. I actually told her I don't care what you wear. You can wear whatever you want, be as revealing as you want what you wear when you're with me. Because I don't see any other guy trying to approach you while I'm right by your side. We're hand in hand. Now, if you're not with me, obviously what you wear is going to be revealing and also inviting.
Right.
What you're wearing is telling other guys, hey, it's okay to approach me. Now, some women might have a different stance on that, but as men, when we see a female dress provocative, it's like, okay, I see that. I want to go talk to that. It's inviting.
Yep.
So what I told her, like, when you're not with me, no, I don't want you wearing anything that's revealing or provocative because other guys are going to try to approach you and talk to you.
But I mean, it's still revealing and provocative, even when you're with her, though.
Correct, but you're with me.
So you will fight off all of the attention.
Because I look, if I have a beautiful wife, guys are going to look at her regardless. If you're with her or not, they're going to look. Now, whether or not they're going to approach her is going to depend on if you're with her or not.
But some dudes will, though.
Yeah.
Some dudes catch you slipping.
That's at their risk.
Right.
That's at
right.
their risk. Okay.
But that's what I've had that conversation because especially after we had kids, my wife, she had the most women go through the body image
Right, the
issue
weight
or
or
whatever.
whatever.
But I try to reiterate how beautiful she is to me. Told like we can go to the beach, you can wear a bikini, like whatever you want.
Don't
Like
matter.
I want to see. So even when I don't care who's looking at you, I'm with you.
Okay.
Other people
Okay.
are going to look at you. You're beautiful. They're supposed to be looking at you because you're beautiful.
Right.
But they bold enough to try to come talk to you. They got to come through me. But if I'm not with you, then it's going to be an issue because now I know people are still going to. I already know people are going to try to come talk to you.
Right.
That's the
That's
difference.
interesting. That's interesting.
But at least that's just my opinion on it.
Okay.
So for Keke Palmer, like I didn't have an issue with what she was wearing if her dude was there with her. The fact that he wasn't there is where I say, okay, she probably shouldn't have worn nothing like that if he's not there because other guys are going to try to approach and like try to see how far they can get with her just because of what they see. Make sense?
It makes sense. I agree to an extent with that is, and for me personally, I wouldn't want that, even though I know ain't no guy gonna approach while I'm there. But you're gonna still have ignorant guys. Some
Sure.
guys are
Absolutely,
they're gonna
of
make
course.
comments. They're gonna say stuff that's gonna pretty much possibly ruin your evening.
Right.
That could have been
Absolutely.
avoided had
Absolutely.
she not been wearing something specifically revealing like that. And it's depending on where you are, you're gonna have some drunk guy say something about her or about you, and it all starts with
Right.
Correct.
that.
Right.
And let me ask y'all this question because we kind of all grew up in the church, and how they always say like modesty is like
Right.
godliness and all that stuff. Does how because we say the same thing for guys as well. Does how we dress reflect our character? Is that a real thing
No.
For men,
for both?
for both.
Men and
Yeah, I
women.
think so.
You're saying in general, right?
In general, how you dress, does that reflect your character as a person?
Absolutely not.
Yes.
But I mean, how you dress, it should reflect your relationship with God too, though, not just
Okay.
your character. But your character is also
A reflection of your
reflection
relationship
of
with
your
God.
relationship with
But
God.
you said no.
Well,
Why do you say
hold on.
no?
Why
'Cause
not?
You're answering the church way or in general?
I mean, the church
You're
way
saying
in
for,
general
like, how
could be
you
the
should
same,
dress
though. I mean,
in church, or how you should dress in, or not
Should,
how you
is-
should
should there
dress.
be a difference?
Is the way you dress a reflection of your character outside of church or in
I
church?
think anywhere, bro. I mean, it's more so in the church, but your relationship with God should be reflective in how you dress anywhere, though.
Okay.
In and out of the church. You know
That's
what I mean?
true,
So,
yes.
yeah.
Correct, because the way you dress at church shouldn't make no difference in how you dress outside the church.
No.
Right.
I mean, there is kind of church dressing, but we know how that
Right.
goes.
Should there
If
be?
you want to dress up or look nice, Easter or whatever's going on, that's church dressy. But you don't have to dress up to go to church.
You don't have to.
right.
So like I'll go to church in my flip flops and jeans. Like it.
But
I'm
to,
here,
but
aren't
to
I?
Brandon's question, though, you don't think how you dress reflects your relationship with Christ? If I'm getting your question right.
No.
No?
No.
Why you say that?
My walk with Christ is personal. Like he knows me from before I was born.
Right.
So I don't know like that. How does
So,
I'm having trouble seeing,
Yeah, I think
especially for men, how to dress in a way that would reflect
I get
poorly.
it would be harder for men, I guess, because our clothes are not revealing in a sexual manner like
Right.
that. But for females, a lot of their outfits can be revealing in a sexual manner. So
But, I
for
mean,
them,
I think what he's saying, like, because how does it reflect your relationship or your walk? So use an example. Let's say a lady of the night. She wears revealing clothes, and she decides to start coming to church. The only type of clothes that her wardrobe is just revealing clothes. But as her relationship gets stronger with Christ, and as she understands the scriptures and how she should be more modest, she herself will start to like go and get a different wardrobe.
so
wear
she
something
should
different.
use the money that she made at night to buy her some new.
I
some new
mean,
clothes.
hey, but
Listen,
just like what
what
he's
you
saying,
gotta
like, is your the way you dress a reflection of the way that your relationship is with God? I think it is.
right.
So, because eventually, knowing Him and that relationship getting stronger, your heart's going to change.
Right.
You're going to realize, hey, maybe I shouldn't wear this. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't say this. Maybe
Right.
I shouldn't say that.
So I think
it'll
that's-
start to slowly change. But when it comes to guys, like, yes, it is a little bit more different with us. So for guys, like seeing a woman wearing revealing clothing, that's a turn on to us. But for women, seeing a guy wearing a suit or dressed up, that's a turn on to them. That's like lingerie to them. So how can we ask that question? I guess for in the men's side.
But I mean-
I don't know how to really say.
I mean, if we're being honest, I've heard people complain about guys wearing pants that's too tight. You know what I mean? Maybe the
Skinny jeans.
skinny
Skinny
jeans that's
jeans.
probably be a little bit too tight.
Too tight or too
Maybe
revealing.
too
Yeah.
revealing. So
But I
people
think
do
that-
get distracted by that too.
Right, but I think that's less this person is attractive, and more like it's distracting.
Right, but
Like how are you walking in that? How are you able to sit?
but
It's,
you
it's
listen.
not so, it's not
But
so much
now-
like
No,
wow, he
but you
looks
never
good.
know you never know
the play
what
devil-
people like. You never know what people
play
may
devil's
need.
advocate.
You know
You
what I
don't know
mean?
people
Play
struggle.
devil's
Yeah.
advocate, right? What I'm wearing, if it distracts you, and I'm not even aware that it's distracting you, how does that
That's a
how does
you
that have
problem.
anything to do with my walk with Christ? Because like your example
That's
you
what I'm
made,
saying.
if you're a lady and let's just use an example of a stripper, prostitute, whoever, and that's the clothes, that type of outfit that she has. She decides to come to church, so she comes with what she has. That shouldn't be a problem. She should be able to come with what she has.
Right.
Yes.
Her coming to church is to hear the word or hear the gospel
Right.
should have no place on anybody else being distracted by what she's wearing. That has more to do with their walk with Christ.
Right.
Correct?
I agree.
I can follow that.
That's why I said no about your clothes reflecting it. I mean, I agree with you. Once you develop a relationship with Christ and get His word into your heart and whatnot, that'll probably change, like you said, you change your heart and change your decision making and whatnot. So, and at that point, it might reflect in your clothes, but the clothes don't reflect.
I was saying the clothes reflect the character. That's what I was saying. But he was asking, like, does it also reflect your walk with Christ? I feel like
because
it
your
can
character
also.
kind of reflects your walk with Christ as well.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think when it comes to church, though, the distraction of it, it may not be a lust. It may not be, you never know what it may be. If you come to church and you know that what you're wearing may cause somebody to like look too long, or you may want to double think that.
How do you know?
Because you look at yourself in the mirror. I mean, if you say, okay,
Well, I understand because I'm not sure what scripture or what verse it is, but I know there's something in the Bible that says, like, if you know your brother is struggling with a certain issue like drinking, whatever, don't invite them out to go drinking.
Yeah,
so,
don't
so,
drive in front of
so if
them.
you know, I mean, also I'm not a woman, but if I know men have issues struggling with temptation or looking upon women, I wouldn't wear something revealing that might cause them to look upon my body, to lust after me, or vice versa. Because for men, right? Y'all heard about during the wintertime, women like seeing the men in the great sweatpants. That's a thing for us, So should we not wear any great sweatpants when we go into the store or something like that, because we know that it might cause another female to look?
We might have to err on the side of caution, right? Like, if we know it might cause a distraction, that might be the best thing for us to do, just to stay clear of that.
But I don't know that.
Store, or are we talking about in church?
Of course you know that. What
No, I
know
don't.
I say anywhere.
What you mean? You know that. Well, you know that now, though.
If
I don't.
If I wear gray sweatpants to the store, I should be able to wear gray sweatpants to church.
Just don't wear tight
saying that
sweatpants.
it's kind of saying that it can be a distraction or is a distraction doesn't mean that I know that to be true. So I'm not putting on my gray sweatpants like, oh, someone might. No, I'm putting on my pants and I'm going. I have things to do.
Right, but anything that you know, anything that you're aware of that you think might be a distraction, then you have to kind of like monitor that.
I'm not concerned with distracting other people. That has nothing to do with me.
Why you say that?
I'm gonna live my life.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna wear what I'm gonna wear, go where I'm gonna go, and do what I'm gonna do. If you find any part of me distracting, sorry.
But your life, your walk should be reflective of Christ, right? So I mean, you can't.
That has nothing to do with what I wear.
What are you saying? But once you're made aware that it is distracting to somebody, how would that impact you to change anything? No?
Absolutely not.
I mean,
Sounds like a personal problem.
Okay, so you don't really care.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Because I have better things to do.
And I can understand,
I get where
because
he's coming from.
be realistic, I mean, I agree with you to an extent.
Right.
Because there are some things, like, if you got an issue with it, that's not my problem.
Exactly.
You need to work that out. But on the other hand, I do feel like, especially with certain instances where I agree that it probably shouldn't be, because either you're all the way in or all the way out. But for a situation like, I use the instance of drinking. I know somebody is a recovering alcoholic. I'm not going to drink in front of them.
Right.
Out of kind of respect.
Right.
Right.
Even though I like to have a drink myself every now and then.
I mean that's a different. How do you relate that to clothes though? Because like I can totally understand not putting that person.
Okay, if I have a female friend who's a recovering sex addict, I'm not gonna wear my gray sweatpants in front of her because she might see my bowls, my eggplant sticking out, and might give her some ideas. I don't know.
Have that.
So
I mean, that's a good comparison.
I don't know how else.
You asked, like, what's the comparison? I
get it.
Right.
That's kind of like what we were talking about.
That's not for me.
Not for you. Okay.
Well,
I understand.
On the flip side, though, just what about if it's the opposite? What if you come to church, say you have busted toes and your feet are dirty and you're jacked up, and you wear slippers to church, and when you come to church, people are gonna say something about your messed up feet. Isn't that causing a distraction too? Like, how you feel about, or say it's your hair. Your hair is say you don't keep your hair, it's nasty, it's matted, it's just looking terrible. And you know it's
But-
gonna distract people.
But now,
So you're saying-
are they
So mind
unkept
you,
because
knowingly?
of
Knowingly, you just like I don't care how it look, I don't care who's distracted by. I'm just
so
coming-
they're not unkept because of their circumstances.
Right, that's what I was
Yeah,
trying to get at.
They choose to just
They
look
just
like
choose
that.
like I don't care.
I don't know
Like,
nobody that
you know
chooses
what I'm saying?
to be like that.
At the same time, that's still a distraction too, right? Especially if you come
it
into a
is,
place
but
of
it's
worship.
like, who's knowingly doing that though? Like,
I'm
I'm sure
I've,
that it
I've
could
done
be
that.
somebody-
I have come straight. I've come to church. I literally woke up, put on some clothes, and walked out the door.
no, but
Didn't pick up a comb. Didn't pick up a brush. Didn't even bother with real shoes. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
didn't
but
brush your
I'm
teeth.
here.
but was your
nothing,
thought process like, I just need? Was your thought process, okay, I'm late, or I just need to get there, or it's, I know this is going to be a distraction, and I don't care, I'm just going to go anyways.
it.
And
it
it's-
honestly did not even come up.
Right.
It was
That-
not
that
a
wasn't-
thought
I
in
think
my
that's
head.
his point.
And that's his point that he's making is like somebody who's knowingly
Right. Or aware of
coming
that.
with
Yeah.
like their hair messed up just because they
Oh.
know people are going to have
Who
an
does
issue.
that?
You never know, bro. People do.
There are some crazy people out here in this
People
world,
do.
but I haven't come across anybody who like purposely is doing that. It's usually like Brandon mentioned, is it possibly because of the circumstance?
Yeah.
Somebody showing up with open toe shoes like sandals and their toes and everything's all busted up. But that's probably the best pair of shoes they got. So it may be a distraction to us, but they're not purposely coming to have that be a distraction in the church.
Okay.
But now there could be some people who do that.
We do
So
that, right?
I'm gonna ask the controversial question that get both guys in trouble. Do we feel
there we go.
women should be more modest with what they wear,
No,
or should they be allowed to wear whatever they want?
whatever they want.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Whatever's in your closet, come.
We talking about church or in general?
No, and like, see, I don't like using church or general because I feel like what
Or
you
when
wear
I
should
mean
be
outside of church.
even outside. I feel like what you wear outside of church, you should be able to wear inside the church because that's who you are.
No.
But
All
there's
right.
there's a mindset. Like when you go to church, there's a look, that people
But should
Or
sort of.
it's a place of worship, just in
there
general.
Definitely
That's-
should not be.
That's my point. It
But-
shouldn't be. So
but
that's why.
it's
That's what my
there.
question is a blanket question. Should, how they dress in general, whether it's church, work, wherever, should they be more modest, or should they be
Let-
able to wear whatever they
Hold
want
up.
to wear?
Let's
Wear whatever you
let's,
want.
let's
That's a
build on
loaded
that. Hold
question.
on.
Right?
Let's build on that question. As
Yeah.
men, we're all men up here.
Yes.
What do you see women wearing? Or what to you
Is modest.
is modest or is too far? Like what have you seen that you would say, okay, this is it a tight dress? Is it a mini skirt? Is it a cut off short? Like what to you is inappropriate? You know what I
Well,
mean?
hold on, before because I'm gonna answer the question first before because that's a separate question.
Mm-hmm.
Should women be able to wear whatever they want in general? Right? Just
Yeah.
yes, they should be able to wear whatever they want. The issue is you need to understand what you are wearing is inviting, depending on what you're wearing. If they're wearing business attire, then you're inviting, like, hey, I'm here for business. If you're wearing revealing clothes, hey, I'm looking for attention, or I want somebody to approach me. I want.
So see,
But
that's
there's-
the argument women will make. They're saying that
Right,
they're
I
not
know.
looking for attention.
I've heard that argument that women make.
And there's- and
regardless, reality is when a man sees a woman dressed a certain way, he is going to look at her in
As
that way
inviting.
and going to try to talk to her. If
That
you see a
also
woman
sounds like a
wearing
personal
business
problem.
attire, he's not going to immediately think, hey, let me like take you out kind of thing. He's going to be thinking more of the business side or whatever
Not
they may be
necessarily.
talking about. I'm saying
Because
that- I'm saying
there's
because of the
business
distraction.
attire
Right, I'm
that's
saying that-
very form fitting and it can.
but it's
It can be
covering
cons-
covering her modesty when her modesty is not covered.
He's
not-
saying,
it's
he's
a
saying
distraction.
compared to the other outfit.
No, I get it, but I'm saying that there's business attire that would still be considered inviting.
Oh yes.
So it's I get what you're saying. It's sort of like you're attracting.
But again, it's the choice of what they decide to wear.
It's the man's choice.
Even if no, I'm saying
if you feel invited, that's not because she did something. If she's wearing whatever she's wearing,
Agreed.
it's not a sign saying hi, come talk to me.
Oh,
So
yes, it
if
is.
you no, it
Yes, it
absolutely is not.
Men are visual.
That means nothing.
That's where I
Of
was
course it
trying
means
to get.
something. It is,
No, it does
of
not.
course, it is appealing to us. You know that it is appealing to us. This is what we go off of. This is how our brain works. This is how our body works. So you are telling me when you dress this way.
No, do
Of
not
course.
do not boil me down into some kind of simpleton Neanderthal.
No, this
Okay.
that's just human makeup.
No,
Yes, it is.
Absolutely not.
Yes, listen.
Yes, you are attracted to a nice form, a nice body, and the less clothing is there, the more appealing it may be.
Right.
Fine.
Right.
I'm not saying that it's not appealing. I'm saying there's a difference between appealing and inviting.
So
But
what would
who-
you be?
yes.
What would you consider
Who
as
qualifies that,
inviting
though?
in an inviting outfit?
There isn't one.
There
Right.
isn't.
Nobody can
Clothes-
qualify that except for the person watching.
Clothes don't talk. I didn't.
Yes, they do.
No, they
Yes,
don't.
they do.
Yeah,
No.
I disagree.
Yes,
No.
hold up.
No.
First of all, like he said, right? If you're going to a business meeting, there's business attire.
Right.
If you're going
Yes.
to the beach, you have clothes for the beach. If
Yes.
you're going to what else now? Like if you come to
Going
church,
going to dinner, going to church.
if you come to church, there's
Right.
stuff that's
And
saying
what are these
church.
outfits saying?
So every arena, there's appropriate attire.
Yes.
So if you wear something that's outside of that, that
Yes.
is sending a message, that is talking, that
It's
you are
not talking.
Of course, it's
It
talking.
is because
All it does. So if I come, let me think. So if I go to work or a place of business in my swimming trunks and no shirt, I'm not saying anything.
You're not
What?
saying anything.
No,
All right,
I'm not.
but
What's
physically not
coming
saying
across is that I
Let me-
either don't respect the institution.
Let me give you an example.
Or that I'm not serious
Well,
about
that
the
is saying
job.
something, though.
That's not saying anything.
You just said
It's-
you just said
It's
it.
a perception.
That-
the outfit did not.
But
speak.
isn't that a perception that everybody would get from you showing up that way?
Most people?
And that's what we're saying.
let me give you an example. So because they make sex attire, they make outfits or costumes outside of lingerie. They have costumes or whatever that's particularly for role playing of sex.
Right. Okay.
So would you say those are not talking? Like when I wear this particular outfit, what am I saying?
Nothing.
All right, Stefan.
Outfits. Outfits
because
do not. I
I
get what you're saying.
so-
You get an impression or whatever based on whatever. But that's
because if you should
No,
not,
but
that's,
use
that's
your
still, that's
example
still,
of showing up to
that's
work
still
with-
yourself.
If you show up to work using swimming trunks, or let's use a different example, if you show up to work with some crotchless pants on, that's give two separate messages. Or some the chapless like
right, the backless chaps.
that's giving a clear message compared to something else.
Saying what? Saying what? What am I saying with my backless chaps?
It's open to interpretation, like you said.
Okay, so that's perception. That's not me
Right.
saying anything. That's not my outfit saying anything.
It is your outfit.
Lies.
This
Yeah,
is
you-
I
hold
hear
on.
this lies.
Hold on. You just said if you came to church, if you came to your business, a place of work in your swimming trunks, you
And no
said
shirt.
with no shirt, you're saying it sends a message that you don't respect the place of work, right?
yes, that would be the perception.
Right. And that's without you personally saying anything, correct?
Correct.
So that's your clothes saying that.
No.
So how come you just said
It's
you just
your
said
own-
it sent a message, right?
It is. I didn't say it sent a message. I said that's the perception that people are going to get, and people's perceptions
But how are
perceptions are personal.
But how are they getting that perception though? From the clothes?
Society.
No, from the clothes that you're wearing. The clothes that you're wearing is sending that message.
It's not sending a message at all.
Okay.
Yes.
A message is being interpreted because of how people are used
But
to thinking.
A message has to be
Okay,
sent though.
but you're aware.
Absolutely not.
But you're aware that people are going to interpret it in that way. Even if you're not saying
It could
anything,
be.
even if the clothes aren't saying anything, you are aware that
It is
people
a
are going to
possibility.
interpret it.
Okay.
Okay, so another example. Asbeth, would you be okay with your wife coming to church in one of the sex lingeries if it's just an outfit?
No.
You would not.
There's a time and a place for everything.
Oh, because now it's appropriate.
I never said that it's appropriate to wear whatever you want wherever you want.
Yeah, he was just saying it doesn't. The clothes aren't talking.
That's all I'm saying.
Clothes not talking.
All right,
Clothes
but
didn't
the
say
fact that you brought up church now, so let's get back to. So I know we mentioned it before. Like us or Christians being in church and your walk with the Lord, how should you dress, or does it speak to your character? I want to bring up the fact that now what happens when people do show up to church who are not Christian, who have not read the Bible, don't know nothing about it, and they decide, let me come and see what this is all about.
Right.
And like we mentioned, like the lady of the night, her wardrobe is all revealing, or the young man who was out on the streets and, doing whatever. Usually they're dressed a certain way with their pants sagging or wearing certain colors and like representing certain gangs or whatever. How should they be received by us, the church people, when they come into these doors?
Openly.
Because they're not wearing the church attire. They're not wearing the appropriate clothing.
Church doesn't have a dress code.
Exactly. That's my point.
So it should be, it's often not, but they should be received openly and with welcome, because you're trying to bring them in.
Right.
The whole point of the gospel is to share. And it doesn't say only share with those who dress like you, only share with those who come to church in the appropriate attire.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be, we should open our arms to them and be welcoming and inviting, and hope that their relationship with the Lord will change, just like we talked about earlier.
I completely agree with you. I have not experienced that.
Neither have I.
I think that's the
Multiple
biggest
churches I've
problem
been to.
with the church in general is we have too many that are judgmental and not loving upon society the way we're called to.
I'm going to pull up a scripture. I have 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 15. It says, "But in your hearts revere Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give your answer and to everyone who asks you to give your reason for your hope that you have in Christ. But do this with gentleness and respect." So in that aspect, that as Christians, like we're specifically called to love on people, but you do it with respect and gentleness. You don't tell people, you don't condemn them for, you shouldn't wear this, you shouldn't wear that, you shouldn't talk this way. Like they're coming into the church. They're coming like broken people are supposed to come to the church.
Right.
This is where you come to get the healing and to fix whatever they're dealing with in their lives. But from my experience, seeing it's usually the older generation that is the ones who are quick to condemn someone who just walked in the doors, and now that person doesn't want to come back. I have several friends who refuse to come back to church because they were hurt by church folks, not hurt by God, not hurt by Christ, hurt by church folks, people claiming to be Christians, people claiming to be following this word that we are called to do. What is your thoughts on
They
that?
were judged based on the way they looked coming into the church.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I said that's always been the biggest problem, because even out, not just talking about the older generation, but I know we inadvertently do it sometimes where we judge people just on the street.
Right.
Just walking around, you see a group of kids. Because I've caught myself doing this one time, like, look at these wannabe thugs or whatever. But not when I say I caught myself, because I realized, why am I doing that? Because that's the same thing that those did to me when I was hanging out with my friends. Like, I wasn't in no gang, we're just a group of kids hanging out, but that's what they automatically assumed. So I think we always got to be mindful when these preconceived notions, when we see somebody, how they dress or how they look, and be careful judging them before we even know their character based on how they're dressed.
But honestly speaking, though, I think we all judge people by their appearance. Like it or not, everybody does that.
We don't.
It's true. It's true.
When I say judge, we're not saying if they're bad or if they're good people. We assess them as to, we kind of put people into brackets in our minds, like, who is this person? Where are they coming from? What are they representing?
You're right. Because like you said, if you see a
Mm-hmm.
woman walking on the street and she's wearing a very skimpy outfit, you all, let's be real. You
It
don't be like that's a hoe.
It doesn't even have to be that. If you see
I'm
somebody
across the street.
walking, if you see somebody walking in a business in a suit, right?
Mm-hmm.
In your mind, you have a perception of who this person might be, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you see somebody dressed up like, whatever, they from the street or whatever, you have a perception of who this person might be.
Mm-hmm.
You're not saying this person is a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
You're not saying this person, we can't hang out. But in your mind, just because of how your brain works, you have to kind of assess who this person is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think when it comes to church, though, we are supposed to be welcoming, no matter how that person looks or how that person dresses. We're supposed to welcome that person in and let them know about the love of Christ. And I think over time, maybe we can talk about, maybe
that's what I was going to say.
appearance and all of that. But it comes with the relationship. It comes with pointing them to Christ.
Yes, building a relationship with them first.
Exactly. I think that's what the church should be about. For male dressing or female dressing is about pointing people to Christ first and foremost over everything else.
And as their relationship starts and then starts to grow with Christ, they will want to change on their own. We don't really have to say anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Like once Christ starts nudging at their heart, they're going to start to do things on their own. We're just there to be that support.
Okay. True.
That's how I see it.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
So great talk, guys. Great talk.
Yeah, great talk. I mean, definitely think there's more to it, in terms of dressing and appearance, but we can always revisit that topic.
Always.
So,
Guys, hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, follow Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All right.
And definitely, if we want to hear from you guys as well. So
Yes, please comment.
husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, if you guys have any input, please let us know.
And join us next time as we sharpen each other and sharpen you on Double Edge.
Let us know what topics you would like to hear in the future also.
Okay.
Trying to win a war, not one with a sword. Unless it comes from your mouth, cause your word cuts deep. Double edge, separate the soul from flesh. Double edge, you know that the Lord knows best. Double edge, beloved stay blessed. Double edge, beloved stay blessed. Double edge, beloved stay blessed. Double edge, double edge. Trying to win a war, not one with a sword. Unless it comes from your mouth, cause